Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to robmotivejt. So there's been a couple of questions on the channel about trading off the Jeep Gladiator Mojave. You know, I've had this truck for quite a while now, actually starting to push the record, I guess, for the length of time I've had any vehicle recently. So we're going to get to that. There's a couple of instances where I might actually consider trading off the Gladiator. Before we do that, wanted to give you just a little bit of an update. I had posted a video the other day, but we had some more rain here. And as you may or may not know, I've had some leakage, quite a bit, with the tonneau cover. So I just thought we'd take a quick look, see what we've got in there, and it does dry out pretty quickly. You can see maybe a little bit of moisture in that corner, maybe just a tad. Funny, because over there is where it really leaks, and I didn't seem to get anything in the back. So my saga continues, trying to get the Jeep Gladiator leak-free, at least the tonneau cover. By the way, speaking of leaks, I've also seen some comments from people about leaks on that back window. They've had to have the window replaced because the seal does not hold. And even after having it replaced, still having problems. So it sounds like there's an issue out there with the seal around the back window on the Gladiator. And I don't know why. I don't know why Jeep can't get that right. I mean, it's just a window with a seal. I mean, it should be pretty simple, right? I don't have any issues with that. I don't even have any water leakage issues with the Sunrider soft top, as long as I park it level. If I park it in reverse, in other words, you can see my driveway goes down. If I put the front end pointing out that way, then it will leak. It's like water runs down the channel or something and then somehow gets in. I don't know. But as long as the Jeep is level, even if you're driving in a rainstorm or something, I don't get any water inside. So not going to do anything about that. I just don't park it, you know, facing down, I guess, on any kind of a deep incline. Now, let's talk about trading off the Jeep Gladiator. Being honest, you know, I do have a problem. I like to trade off vehicles. It's not really that I get bored so much. I more want to experience different things, new things, upgrades, stuff like that, or even different models. It's crossed my mind after driving my wife's Jeep Wrangler, you can see sitting right out there, to potentially trade it off on a two-door Wrangler, because I really do like them. They're quick, they're easy to maneuver around, they're small, but there's a couple of negatives. One is because they are small, they feel more confining inside, and the ride, because it is a two-wheel drive, or a two-door rather, shorter vehicle with a different wheelbase, particularly as compared to the Gladiator, takes bumps much more roughly. When I drive that thing around, after a while, it really feels like you're getting beat up quite a bit, and I really don't dig that too much. So I've managed to resist, to hold off, and so far so good. But there is something else that's supposedly coming, at least from my research on the web. Jeep has stated, I believe, that they're going to put out a two-door Jeep Wrangler. Now, that would be awesome. I love the looks of what I've seen so far, and it would even appear that the truck itself is going to be a little bit shorter. In other words, they're not going to remove the cab and make it all bed. So it would start right here, I guess, and then be all bed back here. Now, to me, that is pretty cool. I would love to have that. Something a little bit shorter, but still, I think, a longer wheelbase than the Wrangler. Now, as far as utility goes, still going to have, I'm guessing, the same size bed and bed length, so you're not really going to lose anything there, even though it looks to be that they're going to shorten the truck up by bringing everything forward to replace that rear seating area. One thing that I'm a little confused about, I guess, is whether there will be anything behind the driver's seats. From the pictures, it looks like there is not. It looks like the truck would just end right at the cabin rather, would just end right here behind the driver's seats. That would leave no room in the back. I can't imagine that they're going to do that. I would think there will be some space back there. I don't see them coming out with an access type cab, you know, where you have a couple little suicide doors or even just seats that push forward and then there are other seats in the back, those kind of side folding seats, which by the way are horrible. A few years ago I had an access cab Toyota Tacoma, and it had the doors that opened the other way and seats that kind of folded down from the sides. And I have to say, those seats were more like boards that just kind of folded down. You could sit there. It was a horrible angle. I mean, you kind of sat straight up and down. There was no room, real tight, kind of pushed in the back. I really didn't dig that, so I think that'd be a waste. What I'd like to see is just a front cab part, if you will, and then a little bit of storage behind the seats. You know, you could kind of flip the seat forward or something, and then have maybe a storage bin or anything lockable back there even would be kind of cool. Maybe kind of the same as what the single cab pickup trucks, the full-size single cab pickup trucks have or had in the past. I think that'd be pretty neat. Now, as far as me trading off the Jeep Gladiator I have for it, as long as it has a 6-cylinder engine, I think I'd be willing to do that, and I might even be willing to, I can't believe I'm saying it, but I might be willing to go with a 4-cylinder turbo. The good thing about Jeep or Mopar, I guess, is that they tend to put a little bit more oomph into their vehicles. I think it would be more powerful even if they went with a 4-cylinder than it would be with other companies. You know what I mean? They just seem to be a little bit more progressive, a little bit more generous when it comes to power in their vehicles. So I'd be willing to at least look at it and see how it drove, how it responded. Obviously, I don't want anything that's less powerful in the form of drivability. You know, my big thing with power in vehicles is how does it feel from the driver's seat? Is it quick? Is there lag? I can't stand throttle lag. That's insane to me to even have it these days. It's the one thing that I guess I do like about the electric versions. You know, I've driven the Tesla before. When you hit the gas, that thing goes because there is no lag. It's immediate power delivery to the wheels. Can't say that I'm a big fan of the charging part of it, and no, I would never get the fully electric Jeep. It's not my thing. I really don't think it fits for a vehicle like the Jeep. Not something that I would be interested in. So anyway, the answer is yes. I would trade for a 2-door Jeep Gladiator, still keeping a Jeep Gladiator, mind you. But that's it. There's nothing else. I would never replace this with any other kind of truck on this channel. It is dedicated to the Jeep Gladiator, and I love the Jeep Gladiator. I think it's right up there with the Toyota Tacoma, sometimes surpassing the Tacoma in some categories. Leave a comment. Let me know. If you're a Jeep Gladiator fan, would you trade for the 2-door version? I'd be curious to know.